You certainly don't go through your life thinking that you're going to be the mom of some international story that hit. And you certainly don't think you're going to take a call that your son has been murdered at college. The day that we learned of Ethan's death, it was a Sunday. We had to get in our car. Pulling into Moscow about 9:30 that night. Had to pick up Maisie and Hunter. We went to the police station, and then they put us up in a hotel room. And so the four of us laid there. We were all heartbroken. I just couldn't even wrap my head around what had transpired over the last 24 hours. I just couldn't sleep, and I just was like, Jim, I'm gonna put my clothes on. It was cold, my warm coat, and I'm gonna go for a walk. And I knew at that point where I was gonna walk to the house because I was very curious to just stand outside of it. But Jim goes, okay, well, I'm gonna go with you. We basically go through the boys' fraternity, which was the Sigma Chi house. What we witnessed in the Sigma Chi house that morning was all of the boys literally just flocking out of the house. They were jumping in their cars. They were carrying their pillows. They had nothing else with them. And we were like, what are you guys doing? And they just looked at us and said, our moms have called us home. It was a very profound moment watching these kids because both Jim and I still to this day reflect back in that moment, and we realized it wasn't just our kids who needed to be helped and loved and, whatever we could do to fix it. It was all of these kids. It was a fraternity. It was Maisie's sorority. It was an entire university. Still, a lot of people reach out and they're like, you don't know me, but I had a kid in college that was the same age. And we all have felt this, because it could have been any of our kids. And some of these kids lost 4 of their best friends. And when we made the decision to put our kids back in school, I, of course, told my kids, well, I'm going to move to Moscow. And Maisie was like, that seems a little over the top, Mom. So what Jim and I decided actually was that we would go every other weekend just to check in. What we did was invite all of the kids over every other weekend, and we would feed all of the kids and check in with them. And it's just one of the many things that we did, but it became actually this measure of, the first time we came, all of the kids came. I don't know how many kids we fed spaghetti that night. But as the spring went on, less and less kids came until late in the spring. Our kids called and they were like, we don't know if you need to come because we have plans this weekend. And it was such a beautiful moment for us because it was a measure that everybody was learning how to adjust and move on. Jim and I would do anything that we could to help. We just spent a lot of time there, talking to people, talking to the kids, doing anything that we could to help. The Ethan Smile Foundation is something that my husband and I founded shortly after we lost Ethan. There was a community, a nation of people who felt compelled to support us and didn't know how. And so they were doing it really by giving money. And we didn't know what to do with it. It felt like we needed to do something incredible with it that would leave a lasting impression. And it was actually my husband's idea. He was like, let's scholarship kids. And that feels like a great thing. It was a great way to honor him. Grief is funny because for us, Ethan always kind of just simmers right under the surface. You can turn our TV on and his Netflix account is, people don't see that piece of it. You have to figure out how to carry his memory and live for Maisie and Hunter, who still deserve a mom and dad. Maisie and Hunter do not deserve parents who have just gone off the deep end because they've lost a child. And I admit that it would be easy to do. That motivates me on a daily basis. We still have a life that we want to live, and we still want to be good parents, and we want our children to have the very best life, and they have been dealt a tough hand. You really only have 2 choices, and one is to just not get out of bed in the morning, or get up and you have to put the pieces back together. We have no regrets over the 20 years that we had with Ethan in the very best of ways. Like, we traveled, we went to every sporting event, we loved deeply, we had a great life, and we're all better because we had him for 20 years. And I wouldn't change any of that.